So for the retrieval part of our lesson, we need to have a look at these images and remind yourself what is going on in the story using these pictures to help you retell that part of it. And on here, we're going to be looking at what is the punctuation. What's the punctuation? So ask your child what these pieces of punctuation are and when they're used. Here we've got a full stop, which will show us that it is the end of a sentence, the end of one idea. Here we've got a comma that will be used to break up parts of a sentence, for example in a list, or it will be used between adjectives, for example. We've got our question mark here, and that shows that a question is being asked and therefore it would need a reply. And we've got an exclamation mark which shows surprise. Looking at our story, you need to be able to join in with the parts that you know. We've got, once upon a time there was a grumpy dragon. He was in a huff because he wanted to be a hero. He was fed up with capturing icky, frilly princesses and fighting brave, shiny knights. One day he went for a walk through the woods and he saw the gingerbread man. He wanted to be a hero and save him from the mean, greedy fox. The gingerbread man told him to go away because there was no dragon in his story. Next, he saw a boy climbing a beanstalk. It was Jack. He wanted to be a hero and save him from the nasty, huge giant. Jack told him to go away because there is no dragon in his story. Suddenly, the giant sneezed. Achoo! It went dark. Then the dragon had an idea. He was scared, but he really, really wanted to be a hero. He took a deep breath and fire burst out of his mouth and he lit up the sun. A hero at last. So again, we're looking at a sentence. A sentence is one idea that begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. We're going to be using the word and today, and the word and joins additional words, phrases or clauses of equal importance to the sentences. This part is really important. It is equal importance. For example, we've got dragon saw the gingerbread man and Jack. The gingerbread man and Jack are of equal importance. They are both equally important in the story. We could have dragon saw the gingerbread man. That would be one idea, but we're using and to join additional information. Dragon saw the gingerbread man and Jack. They're both equally important. He was fed up with capturing icky, frilly princesses and fighting brave, shiny knights. The dragon is equally fed up with capturing princesses and fighting knights. They're equally important. So looking at using our word and to add additional information, we've got the giant sneezed and the sun went out. They're both equally important in that sentence. Number 2, he took a deep breath and fire roared out of his mouth. Both of those things are equally important in the story. Number 3, the dragon was in a bad mood and he stormed off. So we've got the word and in all 3 of those sentences, and that's what we're going to be really focusing on using today to add additional information. So here we've got the giant sneezed. With your child, have a think about what will be coming next. The giant sneezed. The giant sneezed and. I'm going to be looking at this sentence. The giant sneezed and he blew out the sun. I'm going to have 9 words in my sentence. The giant sneezed and he blew out the sun. So I've got the beginning of my sentence here to help me. I'm going to write it and carry it on. The giant sneezed and he blew out the sun. Let's see if I've got my 9 words in my sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. I've got my capital letter at the beginning of my sentence and my full stop at the end. It is extremely important that every sentence that your child writes has got a capital letter at the beginning and a full stop at the end. Otherwise, it is an incorrect sentence. The second one, he took a deep breath and. So again, with your child, have a think about what happens there. He took a deep breath and. What happened when he took a deep breath? He took a deep breath and. Count out those words in your sentence. I'm going to have he took a deep breath and fire roared out of his mouth. That's 12 words. He took a deep breath and fire roared out of his mouth. 12 words. Let's check that there are 12 words in my sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got my capital letter and my full stop makes it correct. So on here, we've got a slightly different one. This is our worked example. He took a deep breath and flames roared out of his mouth. So we've got 3 sentences here that we want you to use and with to add additional information. So we've got the giant sneezed and. With your child, can you practice what that sentence will sound like? The giant sneezed and. Number 2, dragon took a deep breath and. What happened? And number 3, dragon walked through the dark woods and. Make sure you practice these sentences verbally, counting out how many words in each sentence there are before you write them. Then, as I have shown you, take the beginning of the sentence and add any extra information. If you do all 3, what other sentences can you create where you're going to add extra information using the word and?